Hey everyone, welcome to Jason Explains Things. Well, everybody, I've been a big jerk. I have let my classic 1974 Volkswagen Super Beetle sit underneath this cover for way too long. And you can probably tell that by all the stuff around and on top of the car, and this is not staged at all. I'm guessing it's been sitting here like this for about 6 months, and the 6 months before that, I barely drove it at all. So in this video, I'm gonna go over why letting our classic cars sit like this is so bad for it. Then we're gonna be doing some work, get her all ready for driving again, because unless everything gets canceled again, which might happen, I don't know, there are some really fun car shows and meetups coming up in the next few weeks that I wanna go to. So let's get her cleaned off. Sleds! Hey, that's where that was. I have missed this thing. It's pretty. So, air-cooled Volkswagen engines. They leak oil. It's kind of their charm. But when she sits here like this for long periods of time, she definitely leaks oil worse than if I was driving it every week or two. You know, when the engine doesn't run, all of those rubber and paper gaskets and seals, they can all, since they're not lubricated, they can dry out, they can fail. First off, the age of the oil in here is probably about a year old. Even though I probably only put about 150 miles on the car all year long, I'm still gonna be swapping that oil out because it's old. Let's talk fuel. Old gas is bad on any car, whether it be my Bug here, whether it be a GTI, anything, it's just bad. It's bad news. But especially the fuel containing ethanol, which just makes gasoline kind of break down faster, and in carbureted engines. It's just bad on bad on bad. So it's not a good idea. But I think we're gonna be okay here because when I topped this off back in January, I used Shell Premium and also I added fuel stabilizer. So I think it's gonna be okay, but let's give it a smell test. A little nervous. I think that's okay. I think that just smells like gas. It doesn't smell like that, you know, that kind of turpentine smell. It just smells like gasoline. I think it's gonna be okay. But regardless of that, I'm still gonna inspect the fuel system, all the hoses, things like that. We don't want any fires or anything. Another thing to consider is the battery here behind the back seat. So if you leave a car sitting for months at a time, it will 100% drain the battery. And if you do that over and over again, the battery will actually not be able to hold a charge and you'll have to replace it. This is the exact thing that happened to me last year, so this battery here is pretty new. But I think we're gonna be okay because I have left this on a trickle charger this entire time. Another thing you could do is just disconnect the battery and then it won't drain. Actually, let's just go ahead and stay here and talk about tires. If you let your car sit for too long, it can develop permanent bulges in the sidewall, which can be incredibly dangerous. You know, you hit a pothole, you're gonna have a blowout pretty darn easily. So that is yet another reason why you wanna drive your car around and not let, you know, this part of the tire have this pressure on it for too long. Otherwise, that's gonna be an issue. So once you get those, you need new tires. That's not the biggest deal in the world for me because these tires are already, I think, 10 to 12 years old, so they're due to be replaced anyway. So I'm actually really hoping that this girl starts because if she does, I just get to drive to Discount Tire. And you're gonna love these new tires. These are really, really cool. Special ordered. So anyway, let's get her started and see if that happens. Okay, first start since January. This is literally the first start, so we're gonna see what happens here. Couple pumps. Couple more pumps on the throttle. Ha ha! All right. I really let this sit too long. to the Commander Riker. Well, it's a little later in the day. The kids are off to bed. Work's all done for the day. And I'm just kind of doing a couple things here on the Beetle, topped off the oil a little bit. And I just, looking at it here, as I get ready to go get tires tomorrow morning, I just like, why don't I drive this? Why did it sit for 7 months? Even though it needs work. I mean, a classic car, a Beetle, is never done. There's always something to do, something kind of a little iffy about it. Still, you can still take it around the block. You can still take it to the store. And the car wants to do that. The car will be happier if I do that, and I'll probably be happier if I do that. So you might see this more on the channel now that I took the cover off and everything. I'm getting the tires. I'm really excited about these tires. I'm building them up because you're gonna like them, or you're gonna hate them, and you're gonna comment about how much you hate them. One really quick little tip: if you're taking your car to the tire shop, or pretty much any shop where they're gonna take the tires off, if you have a classic car, take your hubcaps off. Take them off before you go to the shop. That way, nothing gets lost, nothing gets dropped and dented, and you get to keep your nice hubcaps, especially as the car gets older and they get harder and harder to replace. It's a good idea. Anyway, let's take the rest of these hubcaps off, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. All right, I think we're good to go. I'm gonna try to not hit potholes on the way. Carburetor definitely needs to be cleaned. Is not running great at all. I do carry a fire extinguisher, by the way. I think the crud is being cleaned out as I drive. It's starting to run quite a bit better. I don't know. It's fixing itself. So to say something nice about Discount Tire for a second, first off, they don't mind the fact that I walk around and take pictures and video every time I do this. I just got tires here for the 4Runner, and they're just really cool about everything. Also, they noticed that one of my wheels is bent, so we're actually swapping the wheel that is usually the spare, and they're gonna put the new tire on that and swap the tire that's the spare onto the old one for free, all included. So Discount Tire is a good spot, at least the one here in my town. Driving back, I could not be happier. I am definitely way less paranoid. Also, I think I might have fixed my carburetor trouble just by driving around town. I mean, it's running wonderfully. I'm still gonna do a bunch of maintenance because it needs it, but oh my gosh, I mean, it's back to life. I love I love this car. Oh my gosh. Woo. Well, it's been about 2 weeks since I got the BF Goodrich white wall tires installed, and the car has been wonderful ever since. And like I said while driving home that day, I think all the car really needed was just to be driven. Just once kind of the gunk had been worked through the carburetor, everything's been great. Power steering is for sissy babies. It was mad at me for leaving it alone. Now I'm not leaving it alone, and the bug is very, very happy. That is to say, there wasn't still some stuff to do. Actually, today, kind of getting everything ready to go for a show that's coming up in a week, I went ahead and put a half a bottle of Seafoam in the gas tank. I went and ran the gas tank pretty much near empty, and today, put a half a bottle of this stuff in there, and then about 5 gallons of premium fuel. Now, after that was done, I went ahead and did the lazy version of this. I expect some comments. Go ahead and leave a comment below if you think this is lazy. It is. I agree with you. I went ahead and changed out my brake fluid because I think it was probably about 3 years old, probably right around the time to replace it. It's still definitely clean. Not very many miles are put on this car every year, but I used an extractor, sucked out all of the fluid out of both chambers in my brake master cylinder, swapped it out for some new Prestone synthetic .3 fluid. You know, bleed the whole system. That'd be a good idea. Go ahead and tell me I'm wrong. I love engagement. Engagement is what gets these videos seen by more people. So tell me I'm wrong, or tell me I'm right. You can do that too. But tell me I'm wrong. I know you're gonna tell me I'm wrong. I know. Like I said before getting the new tires, it was definitely time for an oil change. This is news to me. Castrol GTX Classic. So this is, you know, traditional non-synthetic oil.
conventional oil, as it were. Also with high zinc content, which classic carbureted vehicles love. I use high zinc oil in all my motorcycles and my mini bikes, that kind of thing. And I've been using Castrol GTX 20W50 in my Beetle for many years, but now they make a high zinc version, which is even better for my car. So I have a whole video about doing an oil change and checking everything out on my channel, which I will link to up in the corner and also in the description. But today, again, because everything was so clean, I just went ahead and used an oil extractor to suck out the oil and then just put 2.5 quarts of new oil in. After that, because the car is so clean and it didn't really need a full wash, and I used Speed Shine and a microfiber towel and just wiped down the entire exterior of the car. I'm also not 100% sure when this video will come out, but I'm actually going to be showing the Beetle at a car show in Moxie, Washington on Sunday the 19th. It's called the Apple Valley Volkswagen Show, I believe, and I've been to that show several times. I have a plaque on my Beetle from showing it in 2015 when we actually won a trophy. It was my first ever trophy ever, and we're gonna be back at that show. So if this video comes out before that show happens, come see me and say hi. If not, I'll definitely be posting about it on Instagram before that happens. So hopefully I see some of you there, or did see some of you people there. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I actually have a request. If you are or know of a Volkswagen classic air-cooled Volkswagen expert, I am actually in some need of some pretty big help with this car. If you look right here behind those crescent vents on both sides, I have rust growing from the inside out, and I need somebody who has done that repair before, especially if you live in the central Washington area. I would love to meet you, and I would love to talk to you about maybe us collaborating in some way on a project. And if I could videotape and be involved in the actual repair of this job, you know, I'll put up some pictures. I know that it's an incredibly serious job. It requires cutting, welding, body work. I know this is like a crazy thing, but and I know Beetles are everywhere, but this car, I'm never gonna get rid of this car. I'm gonna be ancient, and I'm still gonna have it or hand it down to my kids. I'll probably eventually convert it to electric, because I'm never gonna get rid of this car. I'm always gonna keep it, and I'm always gonna drive it until people, you know, from the government come and like say, get rid of that old car, it's super unsafe. I'll be like, no! So that's the only way that this car is not gonna be on the road anymore. So if you are a Volkswagen specialist, especially with body work and repair, or welding and cutting and all that kind of stuff, please reach out to me. I would love to talk to you, and maybe we can collaborate on a series of videos either this winter or next year, or reach out to me if you can recommend someone that did it for you or something like that, because it's a really big deal. Anyway, with that all said, thank you all for watching. Please leave comments, please leave likes, and share this video with like-minded people if you enjoyed it. My channel, you know, sometimes it gets hundreds of thousands or even millions of views, but most of the time it gets like 1,000 views. Anyway, thank you all again. I keep saying thank you. I'm gonna go drive this car and get some air. All right, see you later.